Hello and welcome back to TBH the podcast. Just a quick disclaimer to let you know that this episode was recorded on the 5th of March 2021, which is a full week before its upload. Any and all information discussed in the podcast was accurate at the time of recording.
Hello and welcome back to TBH the podcast. This is episode 7, am I right?
It is. No, it's 8. It's episode 8.
Oh, episode 8. Oh
yeah.
My god.
Shows how much I know.
Running away with it, guys.
Episode 8 of season 2. Mm-hmm. So this week we mentioned last week about our celebrity dinner tables and things like that. So this week we want to properly delve into that and talk about who we want on our celebrity dinner table, why we want them there, and who
I just think this is really fun.
Maybe you're undecided on. Yeah.
Fun concept, because everyone's going to have different people, aren't they? So
yeah,
different
exactly.
people for different reasons.
I think this will be quite good. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what your guys are.
Yeah, I'm excited to know what yours are. I want to know yours.
Who wants to kick it off?
Eve, I feel like you should just...
Yeah, okay.
We're going to do one... Is that how we're going to do it? Like one at a time? Or are we going to do like the whole table?
Yeah, we can go one at a time.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so my first one that I wrote down was Adele.
Nice.
Great choice.
I was thinking
because I feel like she is so fun.
So fun.
So funny. She'd have so many great stories. She could do a little song for us.
Oh, wow.
Like, I just feel like... Thank you. I just feel like she'd be great company, you know?
She would be good. She seems like a laugh. She does seem like a laugh.
Yeah.
For sure.
And she seems like the sort of celebrity that's like a normal person.
Yeah.
So like,
yeah.
I wouldn't feel like weird with her being in my house.
Do you know one of my favourite stories about Adele? She was on the Alan Carr Chatty Man show.
Oh yeah, they're best friends, aren't they?
Yeah, and I think it was, I don't know exactly when it is, but I think it might have been like the beginning of like lockdown maybe, or it could have been like when they first became friends. I can't really remember. Anyway, she had this dog and it was new, and the dog like pooed on the carpet. And she just literally, like, it went straight over her head, and he was like, literally, your dog just pooed on my carpet, and she was like, well, clean it then.
Oh no, I've heard about that.
Yeah.
No, I've heard about that. Or maybe it's a different story, but very similar.
Maybe.
I was listening to a podcast with Paloma Faith,
Nice.
and Alan Carr and Adele. Alan Carr and Adele are really good friends, but she cooked for them once and gave them food poisoning. But Adele had given her dog some of the food, so she gave Adele's dog food poisoning as well.
Oh my
By
god!
accident.
Can you imagine? Dog sick is the worst. It's usually grey. Well, my dog's sick is grey. Ugh, it's so gross.
Horrible.
It's horrible and lumpy.
But yeah, I just feel like fun, you know?
Yeah, no, love
a
it.
good time.
Great choice.
That was
Honestly,
really
I'd steal
good.
that if I could.
Darcy, what's yours first one?
Okay, so I'm going to throw one out there, and you won't get it if you're not a fan, but Louis Theroux, I have always loved that man. His documentaries are the reason I am the woman I am today. He has opened my eyes to so many things. And I just think he's so cool. His podcast, Grounded, I think that's what it's called. I fucking love it. I was literally listening to one of the episodes just before we started doing this podcast, and it was with FKA Twigs. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know a lot about her, but I think I really like her now, honestly. After hearing that conversation, I'm like, Louis, honestly, you changing my life. Honestly, I love him.
Really good choice.
Yeah, that
I
is
feel like his stories, the stories he could tell.
Honestly, I've got so many questions for Louis Theroux.
That's what I mean. That's why I feel like it's a good choice. The man is very knowledgeable. He's a wise man.
And I feel like he's just nice, you know?
Lovely bloke.
Very
non-threatening,
nice.
you know? He's just gonna...
Like, if you were in a club and you were like, oh, I need to go to the toilet, hold my drink, I would 100% let Louis Theroux hold my drink.
Also, definitely. I bet at the end of the dinner party, he'd help you wash up. I bet he would.
Yes, he would.
I bet he would. What's a good man?
No, I like that. Good choice. And I feel like he'd get loads of juice out of the other people who were there as well. Like
definitely.
he'd ask all the other celebs the questions you want to ask but feel a bit uncomfortable to ask.
Yeah.
You do your first choice, sorry.
Okay, right. So I'm starting strong, right? I'm going with Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Just because I think everything she does is the coolest ever.
Yeah, I agree.
I think she's great. She was recently in a Harry Styles music video. Fleabag is one of my favourite TV series in the world. I think she did it so amazingly. It's also a play. I think she's great. I just love to just talk to her and like pick her brain about like TV stuff. Yeah, I'd like her. Also, she seems fun.
Funny, clever, like the whole package, you know?
The whole package. I love Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So yeah.
Oh my god, no! I have to add another one onto my list. I'm sorry, I'm cheating.
It's fine. I added one as well.
I like that.
I now have 8 of my table of 5.
Oh, same. Don't worry.
That's all right. I've got 7.
We've got limits.
We tried to limit ourselves to 5. We couldn't do it.
I just couldn't do it.
We knew it would happen. It's okay.
Yeah.
Right,
More
back
content,
to Eve.
you know. So the second one I said was I want them both. I don't want one or the other. I want both of them. Chris and Rosie Ramsey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to their podcast, and I just love it. And I just feel like they're really fun.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Normal,
I think
nice
they're so
people, and I love their podcast. And I want to hear. I just really like them. I just think they're nice people, and I would like to meet them in real life.
Fair enough.
They do seem nice. I think he's so funny. I watched him in. Oh my god, there was a TV show from ages ago. Heaven.
That's the one.
Heaven. It was so good. It was so good. He's great. Yeah, he seems like a good bloke.
He's really funny, and she's really funny too. Like. And I feel like they're just good together. That's why I want them both, because I feel like together.
Yeah, I feel like you can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
Very good shout. Very good shout.
So that's my number 2. Well, my number 2 and 3, but we're going to just count it as one. It's fine.
I feel like my next one is I feel like everyone will have this person on their list, because like, why would you not? But Princess Diana, I want to sit her down, give her a hug, and be like, tell me it all.
Tell me what
you
went
can talk
down.
to me. You can talk to me, love. It is fine. I won't tell anyone. You know?
That is a good shout. She's not on my list, but that's a good shout.
Is she not? Oh,
No,
I thought that was
didn't
going to be
think
one that
about
was she was on everybody's.
No, that's a good shout though.
Yeah, that is a
I
good
just
shout.
feel like
sure.
she'd be so interesting to talk to. Like, just her perspective on life and like what it was like. And I don't know, like, I know this sounds really like weird, but like my take on what we've been doing now isn't just like the life that they lived. Like, I would also be interested to know her perspective on like her kids' life now, and like looking down at like what they've done. I think that would be so interesting to like know what her thoughts on it all are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think it would be nice?
Definitely. Yeah, because like, and I just love the gossip, you know.
Same.
What really happened?
What really happened? Tell me, please.
Was the Queen horrible to you?
Yeah.
Please tell me.
Because that's
Be
the
honest.
thing with the royals is you never know, you know? You never
No, you
truly
don't.
know. Because whatever you hear is always from the press or sound bites of what they've said. It's never like... And even the things that they have said, they've always been monitored or filtered to an extent.
Yeah.
So I would just love to know what the raw stuff that she has to say.
Honestly,
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine that they're very nice people. I can imagine they're probably quite emotionally stunted in a lot of...
Oh yeah, but I feel like they're in lockdown 24/7 for their whole
Yeah,
life.
no, I completely get
Yeah.
it. I'm not saying like, oh, they're awful human beings. I'm just be like, I can't imagine they're very friendly and sociable to new people,
No.
because they'd have to get on with just like, obviously I watched a lot of The Crown, and I've based a lot of
I've
my
watched a lot of The
opinions
Crown,
on
and
Loved
the Crown really puts that across.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
for sure. But I can imagine that's probably what they are like, because how else would you? And then
Well, isn't that what Harry said in his? Because he was on the Late Late Show and did like a thing with James Corden, and he said that he doesn't mind The Crown because it's drama, it's not, it's fiction. But
They
it
don't
does
try and
show,
pretend it's real.
Yeah, and it does, but it shows a representation of what life is like,
yeah,
which is interesting.
Yeah, it's well researched fiction.
Yeah,
yeah,
probably heavily biased,
for sure.
Obviously,
but
it's
drama. It needs to be like dramatized. It's a
it has
fucking show,
to
you
be
know?
interesting to watch. Like, I don't want to watch them just sit around drinking tea. Like,
Like, imagine just
Got,
a
like-
show of Liz just playing with her corgis.
to be fair, I'd probably watch that.
I'd probably watch that too.
Have you seen that video of the Queen at her like birthday celebrations, and she looks so miserable. And then a cow comes on, and she goes, "Cow, cow." It's so cute.
Do you know what? I actually find her so funny. Like,
I
she's
think
so
she's quite
unfunny,
funny.
but I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, Lizzie.
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. I would love to know. What's it really like?
Yeah,
What was
sure.
the Queen? What's the Queen like?
Yeah.
Really? What's it really like?
Okay. Mine's a bit more like, I don't want to say basic, but like, I would really like to meet Billie Eilish. I would really like to speak to her because I've been watching her documentary on Apple TV that's just come out.
I need to watch that. I haven't seen it yet.
watched that either. I want to watch that.
Well, I didn't realise how young she was when it first started. So she's 16 in the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. So in the start of the documentary, I don't know if they started filming at that age or if it's just footage that her family have collected and decided they wanted to put together. But I remember thinking she came across really bratty. And I was like, oh, you seem like not at all what I thought you were.
Yeah.
And then I realised she was 16 at the time. And that's a lot for a 16-year-old to, like, take on. So I think I've decided I'd find her really... Just to see how she's, like, adapted and, like, speak to her about what that was like.
Because she went... another one. For God's sake, guys.
She went to, like, a massive, like... rise in fame, huge, like almost like immediate. Like obviously she worked quite hard for it, but like,
well, it's like that video. Is it the Genius video? That they do with her every year, where she talks about how many followers she's. Oh, is it Vogue?
Yeah.
And she talks about how many followers she's got, and within a year, it's like she goes from like a few 100,000 to like multi-million in a year.
It's absolutely insane. And she's like, oh, who's?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Was she 13 when she wrote Ocean Eyes?
Yeah, I think so. 13 or 14.
That's just mad to me. Yeah. She's mad.
She was really young,
Things
but
like that make me sad because I'm like, what was I doing at 13? Not that.
One Direction. That's what I was doing.
Absolutely nothing at 13.
Reading fan fiction in my room.
Oh God, yeah. Fan fiction.
Those
What a
Tumblr
time.
days.
What a time.
God.
I think I just find her so interesting. I just want to know what it was like. And, like, I feel like she'd just be fun to spend time with as well, because she's, like, closer to our age and stuff. She's younger than us by a few years.
Oh,
but
God, so
it's she's 19.
She's younger than us.
It's okay.
I hate it when people are like, oh, yeah, I was born in 2004. I'm like,
I know.
2000
That was yesterday.
You know, the freshers this year are born in 2002. The ones that are coming up soon will be 2003. It's awful, isn't it? It's not very nice. Sorry, freshers, if you're listening.
No, yeah, sorry, guys.
Sorry,
but you're gross.
Your children. Yeah.
Well, the thing that made me think that about being old was the year 7s, the people who will start year 7 in September, were born in 2010.
Well, that's my sister, so I have that on a daily reminder.
That's wild.
I literally wake up and I look at my sister and I'm like, I'm old. I'm old.
Oh,
I literally
look at her every day in
like,
disgust.
For God's sake. Like, every day you get older, I get older, and that is not okay.
It's so weird. I never thought this would bother me this much, but it really does.
Oh, I know.
I remember being at work.
I feel like we all feel like 17 at heart still.
Yeah.
And we haven't grown up.
I swear I stuck at 17, 18.
Yeah.
Every
time someone
never
asked me, I had to go to, like, I can't remember where, I had to go do something, and they were like, how old are you? And my brain was about to go 18, and then I was like, 21. And it was just so sad. It was so sad.
Oh, no.
I hated it.
I'm 22 this year.
I'm not.
All right, Eve.
All right.
Just saying. I'm not 21 yet.
Yeah, but you're 22 next year, so...
Yeah, next year.
Gross.
But I'm only 20
at
the moment.
It is. It's all of it's pretty disgusting. I think we can all agree. It's not.
It is.
But
yeah, Billie Eilish. Good shout.
Yes, thank you.
I like that.
I'm trying to think of who my... Oh, I did have Michelle Obama, which I know is a
Fair
classic
enough.
choice.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, as much as, like, I want to know stuff about her, I think she's quite fun. She comes across as very fun. Like, sassy, like... I'd love to know just, like, weird things about what it's like to live in the White House.
Yeah.
Like, really random things. I'm like, what do you... Like... Do you make any of your own food?
Yeah, I'd want to know.
Can you just go on a walk? Like,
no,
what are the rules?
You can't leave. There's like a protocol for the president. Isn't there? I'm pretty sure.
It would
I
make
think
sense
you
if there
can leave,
was.
but you have to have like your whole security detail go with you.
Yeah, so you can't, as in you can't just leave. It has to be like a
No.
planned thing.
That's
Yeah.
mental. You can't even just go for a walk if you want to go for a walk. What if she wants to pop
No,
to
because-
Well,
Macca's? Why can't she
it's
just...
got its own gardens, so they'll be like, just go for a walk around the gardens.
Need a bit of fresh air, go outside. Open a window.
That's grim. I don't like that.
I don't know whether it's slightly more relaxed for like the First Lady. She's not the president.
Yeah,
So like
maybe.
if she died, nothing would
Yeah,
change.
but I personally think like Michelle Obama holds the same power that Barack does. I'm
Absolutely.
sorry.
My favourite thing was at Biden's inauguration when she turned up and they were like, Michelle is walking in, and they were talking about her outfit, and then accompanied by her husband. It's like, yes!
Yes!
I like that
We
so
love you,
much.
Michelle.
That's so good.
So yeah, I'd like her, because I'd love to know just like the nitty, that's the sort of stuff that I would love to know about people like
Yeah.
that. Like the royals, I don't really care about like all the big stuff. I
No,
want to know
it's the
like
personal
what the
stuff.
palace is like, and
Yeah.
like I want to know like what you eat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
the
what,
random
like, I wanna
things that
know-
like, because like the political and the royal
Yeah.
stuff, I don't care. I want to
No.
know. Do I want to know? Does the Queen sit there and watch The Crown? Does
Apparently
she sit there?
does. Apparently she does. Okay, so I read a thing once, and Prince Edward and his wife go and see her every, I think it's Sunday night or Friday night, and they go and see her on Friday, and they watch TV, and they watch the
That's
The
so
Crown with
wild.
her.
Mad.
They go and watch
wild.
TV. They
Imagine
like
watching
chill
a
out with her
show
for the evening.
based on your life.
Yeah.
That's mad.
That's mental.
Edward's
But you-
probably buzzing because he's barely in it.
I don't know. I think, to be fair, though, being the Queen must be pretty mad anyway.
Oh,
so
God,
Yeah.
maybe that's
She's on the
not...
dollar bills.
Especially because you forget like the Queen wasn't born to be Queen.
No,
No, she wasn't.
this
It
was
like...
this was not how her life was meant to be.
No.
But she's
Do you reckon
taken
she
it
sat
so
there,
well.
like- do you
She
reckon
really
she's like,
has.
"Oh, for God's sake. Could be in Ibiza right now.
Can't be bothered.
I don't think she's off to Ocean Beach, to be honest, Darcy.
I could be in Marbella.
The Queen living it up. 90, whatever she is.
Chilling on the beach. It's like, for God's sake, I'm stuck in this palace.
Imagine.
That's what I mean. I just want to know the stuff.
Yeah, I want to know the personal stuff. Like, I want to know, what do you do on a day off at the White House? Like, do you
Yeah.
get a day off? Do you just chill and watch TV? Like, what do you do?
What do you
What do
do?
you do?
Yeah.
I would like to know.
Do your security go everywhere with you? Like, when we say
That then-
everywhere, how everywhere do we mean?
Yeah, what is
and how
everywhere?
close?
Yeah.
Holding your hand in the toilet close, or like, is
Yeah.
it? Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like, do they have to go into a cubicle?
Like, do they have to stand like
protection.
by the sinks, like
That's mad.
protecting?
I don't want my security team listening to my stream. It's not nice, is it?
Yeah,
I guess you get
actually,
used
that's
to
not
it though. You
nice.
probably get used to it.
You probably would. And they're not allowed
And-
to like judge.
I know people that have worked out techniques to like reduce the noise. So there are
All the
ways around
important
it.
content.
If you want to know, I'll tell you. Apparently, what you do is you need to fill the toilet with a few layers of toilet roll,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
and
heard
then
that.
it hasn't got that like splashy
No. You
sound.
do the loo roll
But I
hammock,
don't-
and then it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then that's probably what she does.
probably what she.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
we don't need
speculating
to speak to Michelle
how
anymore.
the first
The
lady
answers
went
I
to the
want.
toilet.
Michelle,
Yeah.
do you do the toilet roll hammock? Please tell me. I'd love to know.
Yeah.
Lovely.
I
Title
would
of this
love
week's
to know.
episode.
I feel like some interviews are like, oh, we need to get the really hard gripping stuff. I would be equally as excited if my favourite celebrity sat there and talked about absolute nonsense.
Yeah.
The stuff that we actually don't know and we actually want to know, like this.
Yeah.
I think that would
Yeah.
go down better than like a proper serious chat.
Oh, for sure.
100%.
Easily.
I don't know why they don't do
Like,
it.
have you seen Michelle Obama's carpool karaoke?
Yes.
That's good because it is very just like, what do you do?
Yeah.
Like that's quite chill. I quite like that.
Yeah.
But it's not very long,
Yeah.
so
Not
it doesn't get all
really.
into the
I don't know.
nitty-gritty.
I'll move on to mine now because I feel like we've
Mhm.
talked about Michelle. Mine is the one and only Harry Styles. Mainly because
He's my next
he
one,
is
so we'll just.
an absolute angel.
Yeah.
he has been one of the loves of my lives for a very, very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love to sit down for many reasons with him and ask him questions, tell him how appreciative I am of his existence.
Yeah.
And like his career. I just think he's fab. And I
Yeah.
really want to know the ins and outs of One Direction's breakup, how it was, what it was like on tour.
What
Did
it was
you
like
really
when Zayn
like
left.
each other? Like, were you best friends? Like, the Larry situation, like, how did that affect their relationship? Like, I want to know it all. And I feel like he'd tell me. So,
Yeah, just
I'm
in
having
the
him on my
safety-
table.
In the
He's at
safety
my
of the
dinner
dinner
party.
party.
Yeah. You're in good company. Spill the
Yeah.
beans.
Spill the beans,
Harry Styles
Harry.
is my next one, so I'll jump on that. But yeah, I would love to know, like, how did you find out that Zayn was going to leave?
Yeah.
Well, they were on
What
tour.
happened? I
And he
know,
was
but
left.
what was
He
it
just-
like?
He just went home. Just got on
Did
a
he?
plane
I
and
want the whole
Yeah.
story.
mid-tour.
That's mad. I didn't know that.
Yeah, mid-tour just left.
I didn't know that. Crazy.
But I know there was.
I'm a true directioner.
I remember there being all.
I know stuff that you won't.
There was beef around
scary.
their album 4 because it was called 4 and there's 5
Four,
of them,
yeah.
and they all had songs that they'd written on there except for Zayn. I knew that, and then he left not long
Yeah.
after that. But wow, what a
There's
madness!
beef. I think the majority of the beef is with Zayn and Louis mainly, because don't know if you know, but Louis' mum died a few years ago, and he did a performance on the X Factor when he was a judge, and he asked all the boys to come, and Zayn didn't. So
Really? I was going to say, because isn't Louis the one that, like, from what I've heard, Louis is, like, best friends with all of them. Like, he was the
Yeah.
one that was, like kept them together in a way.
well, I
Not
think
that they weren't all friends,
they all
but I
played
think-
a part.
But I think Louis was the closest with most of them.
Yeah, so Louis was the, like, I don't know how to explain it. Louis was the goofball, like the one that kind of didn't take anything too seriously.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
he actually wrote a lot of the songs, and he was a little bit of the glue, like, that kind of kept them all together. Like, him and Liam now are like best friends. And
Yeah, because I was listening to an interview with Liam, and he said, he was like, obviously we were really young and we would all like mess about and stuff, and so would Louis, but Louis was like, wanted us to do well.
yeah,
And would
Yeah.
like really strive for us to be like
Yeah.
better and like good, and wrote
so
so much
funny,
of the
'cause,
music
like,
and blah blah blah.
Liam also has said before that, like, him and Louis didn't get on in the early stages. Like, they did not like each other.
No.
Because they had completely different views on how
What
they
they wanted
wanted
it
their
to be.
careers to go. Because Liam was known as, like, daddy directioner, and he was
Yeah.
like the one who was like, no, we need to do this, 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 and this. And Louis was there just to have a good time. And I think that what they've said now is, like, looking back on it, that dynamic worked really well for them, because at the end of the day they were just kids, and
Yeah.
like having that balance of, like, still being a kid but like being motivated to do stuff well really worked for them.
Yeah.
And I definitely think that shows. But, like, it's so
Oh,
sad now,
definitely.
because, like, they've now been separated and been in their own careers longer than they were One Direction,
Yeah.
which just breaks my heart. It's just so sad.
know.
But then there's a part of me that it's like, do I want them to get back together, or do I want to go back in time? I don't know.
I think you
Yeah.
probably want to go back in time because they've all
I think-
developed
yeah.
as their own people so much now. I don't think it would be the same.
It wouldn't.
But I do think one day they will do a reunion. I don't think it'll be for years, but I think one day it'll happen. I don't know. I don't think Zayn would agree to it.
I don't think.
I don't think Harry would.
I think Harry would in 10 years. I don't think he would now.
No.
I don't know.
He's too busy with his own stuff now. That's the thing, is like, if they do a reunion, they risk putting their solo careers on hold for a while,
Exactly.
and none of them want to do that now.
No.
I would love to
Because like
think that
Niall's
Harry
doing well
would,
now, Harry's
but-
doing amazing, obviously. Like,
I think Louis and Niall in a heartbeat, and Liam would.
yeah,
I think the
they
two
would.
that I would question are Zayn and Harry, definitely.
I agree. Because Niall said in interviews before, like, I can't remember who it was with, but the interviewer asked him, they said, if you got the call tomorrow for a One Direction reunion, would you say yes? And he went, yeah,
Yes.
like that. He was like
Yeah.
that, tomorrow, I'd be on a plane.
Yeah.
And
Which
I'm
just
like,
makes
oh my
me
God,
so
my
happy, 'cause
heart.
I'm like, funny. Like, I'm going to sound like such a weirdo, but I literally used to sit in my room and cry. Like, their names would get mentioned and my blood would, like, rush. And my heart would be like... And I'd literally be like, I am so in love with you, it's a joke. And I'm 12 years old. This is not normal. What is wrong with me?
See, I used to be like that, but you know, 5 Seconds of Summer?
Oh, I love
I used to be
for them.
obsessed with them. I had a fan account.
Really?
I was like, oh yeah.
I loved them.
Yeah.
They were so good.
Yeah, they were
good.
I absolutely was in love with them. Like there's no, it was absolutely ridiculous. I genuinely thought me and Luke Hemmings were going to be together. I really thought that was going to happen.
One day
I was like, I'll meet him because it must happen because I feel it so strongly. Oh god, it's embarrassing.
Oh,
now.
bless.
Baby
I think the whole like One Direction era, if you were a Directioner, best believe you loved 5 Seconds of Summer and best believe you hated The Wanted. Yeah, because I saw them and I was literally like, this is my life made 2 in 1. This is a fab show. I was like, I'm walking out, life made. I can die happy now. That was great.
I would do anything to see Harry Styles live. Anything.
Oh god. Well, same.
Yeah, so would
aside
I.
From
but
buy a ticket,
currently my tickets have been postponed. So
oh yeah,
it's a bit sad.
I would love.
Let's hope that goes ahead.
It's so hard to get tickets though, isn't it?
So hard.
So
literally so hard. Because my dad, I got tickets for my 21st, just in case you weren't aware. But literally, like, he bought them like the year before, hadn't told me because they were for my 21st, and then it was meant to be in the October. Obviously, got postponed. Then it got changed to March, and now they're kind of just on hold, and like we don't really know what's going on with them.
Well, it's looking positive because
I know
things are getting a bit more like. So
it's
hopefully,
like, when will he fit it in? Because it's 2 months worth of tour that he's had to put on hold.
He'll probably just put it at the end.
It's going to be next year at this rate.
Yeah, I think so too. But
then
it'll
it'll happen. I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
Right, Ray, what's your next one?
My next one. Let's have a look. Okay, my next one. Ricky Thompson. You know the guy. He does videos on like Twitter and TikTok and stuff. He just seems like a fun guy.
Name.
Wait. One moment.
I recognise the name.
He recently put a video out where he was hanging out of the window of a car and his hat came off and it was very funny. One moment. I'm making it sound really not funny.
Why can I literally not picture his face?
I can't picture his face. I just recognise the name.
This man.
Oh my god, yes!
Oh, yeah.
He's so good. I love him. I just feel like he'd be fun. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just really...
him.
Yeah,
He's such high energy.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the vibes I want.
Him.
He also does a podcast.
I love him.
Oh, does he?
He does with his friend Denzel. So
well, there you go.
Lovely, but I just feel like the energy that he would bring would just be chef's kiss. Chef's kiss.
Yeah.
So
that was a
Ricky
really
Thompson.
choice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good choice.
So
that was like very like niche of you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm a niche gal.
Bit obscure.
What can I say?
Follow us on Twitter at TBH the podcast and follow us on Instagram at tbh.podcast.
Okay, so for my next one, this might seem a bit random, but Graham Norton.
Oh, he's on
Just
mine.
need to go downstairs. Just need to go downstairs. Speak to my dad.
You speak to your dad.
Speak to Graham downstairs.
Because he's met everyone. So you'd get all sorts of gossip. 2, I'm a huge Eurovision fan.
Nice.
Fair enough.
So I would love to know.
I love Graham.
He's so good.
He's a special
and he's
place
so
in my
nice,
heart.
and I just feel like he's very funny, very nice. Would give me all the gossip.
He just has everything. He knows a lot. He's very good.
Yeah.
I like him.
I like him
very much. Good shout, Eve. Very good shout.
I've just changed my list.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, guys.
Darcy's on a
So I
constant
think
edit.
that's my...
I love
one of
Graham.
my last... Oh no, I've got one more after Graham Norton. And then that's my
think
table.
He's so fab in every way. I
Yeah.
love him.
He's just very fab. I just like him. And Eurovision, I would love to know. Also,
Yeah.
take me with you. I would love
And
to go.
he's one of the judges on Drag Race. Like,
Yes,
I want to know what RuPaul is really like.
Did you
Give me
hear
the
he
tea.
went dated one of the American queens?
Yeah,
he dated.
Tina Burner.
Tina
I think
Burner,
that's her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, they dated in like the early 2000s. Ooh. And there's photos of them.
I know, I saw the photos because I saw that clip because he looks so young. I'm like, oh.
So young.
Very cute.
For reference to what I was saying earlier about how I can just nip downstairs and see him, my dad looks exactly like Graham Norton.
He looks
and I
just like
call
Graham
him
Norton.
Graham on the daily. So that was my reference.
I've never
there.
met him, but I've seen many a
But they look
picture and he
exactly
does
the
look
same.
like Graham.
He does look
Exactly
like
the
Graham.
same. He gets so annoyed. He's like, I'm not Graham. And I'm like, you
But you
are.
are.
But you are, though. That's the difference. You don't think it, but everyone else does.
Everyone else does.
Jules Norton.
So, yeah, literally. My next one is a bit of a sad one.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I don't know if any of you are like interested in like crime documentaries,
Yeah.
but if you are, you will have probably watched this one, and it was about a boy called Gabriel Fernandez.
Oh.
And I would love for him to be at my dinner table. One, so I could just give him a frickin' hug and look after him. And
Yeah.
like, I want to talk to him and like tell him how much his story has like affected so many other people's lives. Because I feel like he was just a kid and he had a rubbish life, and I would love him to be at my dinner table.
I haven't watched that documentary yet, but
Oh my
sounds
god,
pretty
it's so sad.
It's
So
really sad.
It's on Netflix. I won't spoil anything, but it's called Gabriel Fernandez. I don't know what the title is, but it's about a boy called Gabriel Fernandez.
I think it's the trial of Gabriel Hernandez. I think.
I think that is it. And it's very sad, and I love him. He's so precious. Love you,
That's a good.
Gabriel.
That's a good one.
That one is sad.
Thank you.
But yeah, a good choice.
Right, Ray, your go.
Oh god. I think I'm gonna have to follow up with Shonda Rhimes. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
A great
Wow.
choice.
Just
What a
because
woman.
I just want to talk to her about her process and like her shows and what she does.
How do you come up with all these ideas?
Yeah.
Why are
that
you so
woman.
good at your job? Like,
Why are you so good?
yeah,
Tell
I'd really.
me.
I'd love to speak to her because I just,
Yeah, that is a
just
good
just to
shout.
listen. I
And
wouldn't even say
also,
anything. I'd just be like, go. She could just talk.
Tell me.
Mm.
And I also feel like there was a lot of drama with Grey's Anatomy back
I
in
was
the
about to
day,
say that,
So I would love
like-
to know.
What
With
was that? I
Katherine
can't remember her
Heigl.
name. Oh, is that her? Was that Izzy?
Izzy, yeah.
Yeah,
With
like,
Kath-
was she a diva? Like, was that true?
I would love to know, because apparently it wasn't true.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. And, like, people are saying that the reason Patrick Dempsey ended up leaving was because he was a diva and, like, he wanted his storyline to progress in a different way that she didn't want, so she ended up just booting him off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So
And
it's like,
what's it,
wanna
Isaiah
know.
Washington, so like Burke, he was kicked off because he was racist, I'm pretty sure.
God.
Or he like said he was, or homophobic or something. He was
Right.
horrible. And so that's why he got sacked.
That's what I mean, like, the power that woman held.
I'd love to
She
know.
holds, the woman still holds that power. She is fab. I love
She's
her.
great. I love
So
her a
many
lot.
great, and everything I
Those
love is made by
storylines.
her.
Yeah.
Everything
That
I
one-
love is made by her.
Grey's Anatomy is the one show that I can watch over and over and over again and still
get
feel
bored.
the same emotions that I did the first time I watched it.
Yeah.
I still
What
need
is-
to watch it.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
you need to watch it.
I remember being in
need-
first year, and I think I sat next to you in a lecture, Eve, and you opened your laptop
Yeah.
and it was still on Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy.
You've been watching it.
Probably.
And then you're still talking
I
about
rewatched
it
it a lot
now.
in first year.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I do need to watch because you
You
guys do
need
talk about it a lot.
Oh my god, it's on Disney Plus now, so
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm on it. Don't worry.
get on it. Get on
Mm.
it. Because I was going to ask what your most like favourite episode is, but I won't spoil it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you.
I'll let you
Thanks,
enjoy.
guys.
Because my sister watched it for the first time in lockdown, And let me tell you, there are some traumatic episodes, and one in particular really affected her.
Oh, God. Which one?
My
Can
sister
you just
doesn't
tell me
really-
which one?
George.
You can just name... Oh, God. 007.
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
don't.
So after that's not really a spoiler, that's just someone's name,
No.
so it's okay. But
Right.
after the trauma that happened in that episode, she doesn't really cry at like TV shows and that. But my mum was waiting for her to get to that point because she was like, it's going to kill her.
It's going to kill you.
And she came downstairs, apparently, holding her laptop, crying and went, oh my God. Like, sobbing.
If she cries at that, she is going to cry. I think, is it season 8 or something? Like, later on.
Oh, she's seen it.
Oh,
That was
God.
traumatic as well.
God, traumatic.
But it's that one in particular, because it was the first proper trauma one that really got her.
God, wow.
You know how everyone has one episode that really gets them? Mine is the season 8 one.
Oh, that's mine too.
But hers is season 3.
Yeah. Wow. What a show. What a woman. Love you,
show.
Shonda.
Bridgerton as well, that's Shonda.
I'm
Do
obsessed
you know
with
what?
How to Get
I
Away with
think-
Murder, Scandal. All great
Bridgerton was
shows.
definitely not one of my favourites of hers. If I was going to rank them, it wouldn't be up there.
That's fair. I think it's my favourite in terms of like period dramas, because I'm not normally a fan of period dramas, so I think she made
really?
period dramas cool. I think she made a period drama cool, which is quite hard
Yeah.
to do.
I think
So
I
I
really
like that,
liked...
but I get what you mean. It's not in my top.
See, I'm a lover of a period drama, and I didn't
Yeah.
think it was up there. But
Oh, but there was so much about Bridgerton that I thought was so good. Like, even if, like, maybe the storyline wasn't for you, I think, like, stuff in terms of, like, representation of people and
Oh,
not just
yeah.
putting actors of colour in there for the sake of putting actors... Like, they had a reason to be there. They weren't... And it was said in, like, an interview, I think,
Yeah.
the Regé Jean Page, who plays the Duke, he said there's no point putting, like I said, like, actors of colour in there just to have... without telling these stories, do you know what I mean? So I thought that was really good. The soundtrack I am absolutely obsessed with. I thought there was
Big
so
fan
much
of the
about it that was
soundtrack.
just so well done. It was just so
costumes.
good. Oh, the
Yeah.
costume.
No, I loved all the like finer details, but like I don't know,
Story-wise.
the story-wise wasn't my favourite.
That's fair. That's fair. The story's based on a book, to be fair, so that's...
Yeah.
That's not her technically.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Shonda Rhimes, incredible.
Love
I
her.
think she might have to go on mine as well.
Yeah, that's fine.
Do you know what? I'd put her on my list if I had a bigger table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
had a
fine.
big
You got one of the
table,
ones
to
that
be
pulls
honest.
out
A
at
bigger
the end.
table.
Yeah, do you know the one that pulls out where you're like,
Come
oh,
on,
someone
Shonda.
else is turning up. Let's just pull it out. Grab a
Guys,
chair.
have you ever seen Private Practice?
I don't think I have.
You need to watch that. That's great. That's
do you know what?
Addison's little spin-off.
How does this woman have time for all of this?
I don't
Grey's
know.
Anatomy
Especially
has been
in the,
running
like...
for frickin' years.
Yeah.
She has no time.
Yeah. Because literally, so Grey's Anatomy started in, like, what, the early 2000s?
Yeah.
And then while she was doing that, Private Practice was going on, and then that ended, and How to Get Away with Murder started, then that ended, and Scandal started. Bear in mind, Grey's
Yeah.
Anatomy's still going on.
Still
Now there's,
going on
like,
the whole time.
Station 19, like...
Aren't they bringing out
It's
another
just
series of Grey's
wild.
Anatomy as well, or something? They're
They
doing something else.
constantly are.
Yeah.
There is a new
So-
one, it's not ending yet.
But haven't they said that there's going to be like loads of seasons of Bridgerton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
8. There's 8 books. They've confirmed it for a season 2.
Yeah.
But it depends how
So if
far
it
they get
keeps
with it,
doing
obviously.
well, they'll probably do an
I always
episode-
find
series
there's like
for
a
each book.
fine line between doing too much, like, and
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Like, you can kill
Yeah.
something off by
Yeah.
doing it too much.
I
like-
think
Yeah.
they should probably end Grey's Anatomy after the... As much as it pains me to say it, they should probably end it after the next series.
Yeah.
But I
'Cause
found it
it's
with like,
it's starting to get to a point where it's like, it's not really the same anymore.
Because like nobody's there anymore. It's all
No,
new
like
people.
a lot of the original cast have left and like things like that. So like...
yeah.
And like some of the newer cast are amazing, like, and some
Yeah.
of them have been in since like season 4, and like so they
Yeah.
feel like the old cast, but they're not the original cast. And I still love it, but I think quit while you're ahead type sort of thing.
Yeah. Because you don't want to lose the magic of it.
No, you
'Cause
don't
like
want
the
it to get to a
first
point where
few
people hate it.
seasons- Yeah, the
No.
first few seasons will always be my favourite.
Yeah,
So like,
I'd say the first
continuing-
8 series. I say
Which
that like
sounds a
8
lot.
is barely any.
The first 9 seasons are by far the
But there's
best.
16 series.
16.
Oh god, it's so
16.
long. And there's like, I swear there's like, is it like 24, 25
24
episodes
episodes per season.
per season?
Oh my
And they're
god.
all
Oh, if you're
an
gonna
hour
watch
long.
it, it's a commitment.
It's a commitment. You can't start unless you know you are committed.
Sorry, 16
And the
too
worst
many.
part is, me and Eve have watched it multiple times.
Oh
Multiple
my
times. I've wasted days of my life watching Grey's
Days,
Anatomy.
probably months of my life watching that show.
Yeah.
I
And
thought
I
maybe
don't
like
regret it.
8 or 9. 16.
No, 16. And they're still
8.
going.
Season 8 is when it just starts to get like its little rebirth. Like,
Yeah.
no, season
Oh,
8 you
bloody
barely scratched
hell.
the surface.
No,
Yeah.
I remember I tried to watch Pretty Little Liars and I got 3 episodes in and got bored. So is this gonna
No, Pretty Little Liars is not the same as Grey's Anatomy.
No, not the same. You need to just, the first half of the first series is a bit like cliche,
Yeah.
but you just have to power through because it gets so good.
Yeah.
Once you get invested in the characters, that's what makes it so good, is you get really invested in the people who are in it.
Okay. And then they die, is that?
Well, some
Well, we're
of
not
the
going to spoil everything, but some of the time, yeah.
some of
Okay.
the time.
Alright.
What you
They don't all
find
die.
with shows like Grey's Anatomy is it's always your favourite character.
Yeah.
They just pick, they just go. You're like, right,
Yeah.
cool.
That happens with most
Meredith's
shows.
still kicking. She's no one's favourite character.
Who?
Meredith's still going and she's not anyone's
Yeah.
favourite character.
I don't dislike her, but
I don't
like,
dislike her, but she wasn't my fave. She's never been my
no,
fave.
she's never been my fave. Right, should we move on? I feel like we want on
Yeah,
a Grey's
we've got to
Anatomy
move on
tangent.
anyway.
We've gone on a bit of a...
Who was my last one? Miley Cyrus.
Okay, yeah. I love
Obviously.
that girl.
Mainly
Love that girl.
because I really want to know about what Hannah Montana was like.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mainly. I want to know about Disney Channel. Was it as bad as everyone says it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it quite
did
good?
you see the podcast she did with what's his name? Rogan something.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, yeah. Did you
No,
watch
I
that?
haven't. No.
She basically like made a joke about like she's like, how much weed can a Disney pop star smoke while still being a Disney pop star or whatever it is? And he was like, how much? And she was like, surprisingly a lot.
Oh my
She
god.
was literally like high off her face the whole time.
Oh my god.
Oh
I
no.
do-
Don't tell me too much. It'll ruin Hannah Montana for me and I can't cope with that.
But the thing
Yeah.
was, you know when Disney Plus first came out and we all said, I think it was when we first started recording this podcast, like the first couple of episodes, and I think we discussed it and we said we tried to watch like old shows we used to watch, like Hannah Montana stuff, and it was just cringy. Like it was like
Yeah.
not nice, enjoyable to watch
Wasn't
at
the
all.
same.
It's not the same.
Not good. Not good. Yeah, I understand
There are certain
now why my
episodes
mum
of Hannah
hated it.
Montana I can rewatch. Like I can
I think
rewatch
the later seasons I can
the
watch.
later seasons I can watch because she feels like an adult, so it's okay.
When I
Yeah.
say
It's
later
less
seasons, there were
cringy.
only 3, so I don't know what I mean by
Yeah,
later seasons.
but, like,
probably
no,
the
I know
last
what you mean.
season.
Yeah, and like the He Could Be the One era,
Yeah.
and then like the post Hannah Montana movie
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
Like the Hannah Montana movie is still a absolute classic.
Hannah Montana
I'll die
movie
on
is
that hill.
probably
Slaps.
one of my favourite films.
It's a great film.
It's a
It
great
is really
film.
good. It is really good. I
I
don't know why I love it
I was
so
talking
much.
to my mum about this the other day, and one of the best birthday presents I ever received was, right, so you know in Hannah Montana the movie, where she's like trying to get on a horse with all her like snazzy pink luggage.
I was about to.
I
Okay, if you
have
say what I
the
think you're
Hannah
going to say.
Montana pink luggage.
Oh my god, no!
I have the suitcase.
Oh my god, I wanted that so
Wow.
bad when I
Oh,
saw
God,
it.
I got it for my
Wow.
birthday, and I swear I like from what my mum said, I nearly cried.
Oh my god,
Like,
I remember
the best.
she had like it was that makeup case that she had when
Yeah,
she.
I don't
when
have
she
the
just
makeup case.
unfolded it.
I just have
Yeah.
the suitcase.
I remember thinking that was the coolest thing ever because she just like
Yeah, with a little mirror, and she's like,
I was just like, oh, you're so good.
yeah. But no, I have the suitcase, and it's like pink with like the silver trim, and like, it's very cool.
I have a list of others, but it's who I choose. That's the
Well,
difficulty.
okay, you could reel them off,
Yeah,
and then have a
Okay.
think, and then be like,
And then
no,
I can
think I'll have
elaborate
this
a little
person.
bit, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So on my list is Amy Winehouse, obviously.
Yes.
What a queen, love her.
Wait, who?
Also, Amy Winehouse.
Oh yeah, I didn't hear that. So yeah, amazing.
Sorry.
Lovely.
I've also got Elton John because I just think he's so interesting, you know? Love his music, think he's a fab guy. Then I have I just love her, Anne Hathaway.
Oh, I love her.
I love Anne Hathaway.
I really like her. I would
love her.
Yeah, if I had a bigger table.
Her range of like music, film genres is unmatched. I love her. I think she's fab. And I also love the fact that she's obsessed with RuPaul. I think it's so funny. And then I've got Britney, as we spoke about the other week. I just think she'd be so interesting to talk to.
Very interesting.
If you want to hear more about our opinions on that, we have done a whole episode. So
we have.
Go listen. And then my last one, which if you don't watch Drag Race, you won't get it. But Bimini Bambulash.
Oh yes.
Has and will forever be my favourite drag queen ever, and that's a statement.
Oh wow.
From the moment she walked out in that room and just went, I'm a vegan, I was like, you are my queen. I love you. When she was in the fight in the bottom 2 on that first episode, I was livid. You should have seen me. I was screaming. I was like, it's not fair. I was like, this is not okay. I
like all of those
fabulous.
Options.
Yeah, they're all really good.
I love her.
You'll just have to have 2 dinner parties.
2 dinner parties. I'll have one on Friday, one on Saturday. It'll be fine.
It's fine.
Imagine Harry Styles sat next to Bimini Bambulash.
Oh my
with
God.
Amy Winehouse
and Elton John,
Princess Diana, and Louis Theroux.
Amazing.
I feel like they'd all get on though. I feel like they just would chat.
I think they would. I think they would really get on. I love it.
I think I've got a few left. So I also had Alan Carr on the same sort of level as Graham Norton.
I had Alan Carr mainly because I had Adele, so I was like the 2 of them because they're like besties. Like that would be good.
Very good shout. I also had John Mulaney, who I love him. I think he's so funny. He's currently in rehab. Hope you're doing well, John.
Is he?
Well.
Yeah, addiction and alcohol abuse, bless him. But I think he went himself. But also, just a really quick side note, he'd like only just gone in and already the press had reported it. Like his family hadn't released a statement or anything, and I just felt like that was a bit like very intrusive. Wasn't a fan. But hope you're doing well, John. Also, there's this author that I used to love when I was in like finishing school, like sixth form kind of time, and she did like fantasy books and stuff. No, when I was finishing school, not in finishing school.
You meant you went to
when I went
school.
to finishing school.
That's really old. Like, why did you go to finishing school?
It's fine. But I like used to love her books, and like I'd probably still read them now, even though they're not aimed at my age group anymore, purely for the whole nostalgia of these were like my favourite things.
What's she called, sorry?
Victoria Aveyard, her name is.
I'm just going to have a little Google because I want to see if I read any of her books.
But she was like, I just remember thinking she was really cool, and I met her once. I went to a book signing, and so cool. I absolutely embarrassed myself, so I would like to redeem it with the dinner party, so it's okay. So it's fine.
Oh, that's nice though. I feel like I should probably put an author in there, but
Paige Toon, you do like her books?
Love Paige Toon. I do love a Paige Toon book.
I would love.
But do I want to meet her?
I'd like to meet Jacqueline Wilson and tell her she's the reason I like to read.
What a queen.
I wondered where that was going then, because she's made some depressing books.
I like to read.
Well, yeah, that too. You're the reason I knew a lot about child neglect when I was 8. Like, a concerning
You're
amount.
the reason, Jacqueline, I watch murder documentaries.
Literally. I want to tell Jacqueline herself, my sister Jodie.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
What were you thinking?
What went through your brain?
Didn't they make that into like a CBBC special, like an actual real life madness?
Yeah.
Madness. Not a fan.
Madness. But I'd love to tell her, be like, what's your process?
Thought process. What was going on?
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Are you okay?
She's definitely the reason our entire generation are like obsessed with like true crime and like
oh god, yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because there was like abuse, neglect.
Yeah.
Like,
someone left a
death,
baby in a dustbin.
suicide.
Like, it's...
Yeah.
That was not
Please,
fun.
Jacqueline.
That was a dark time.
Jackie,
Yeah,
babe.
There was
Thrived off
multiple.
it.
There was multiple books of
thrived.
like mums and their kids running away from like abusive like
Yeah.
dads, and I was like, God. There was one with the we were talking about a few weeks ago, the whale song one where a mum's in a coma, and I'm like, God,
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
intense.
Crazy.
She made choices.
So yeah, I'd love to know. Where'd you come up with all those ideas?
Yeah. Why do you think that's appropriate for children? Do let us know.
Please tell
Jack.
me.
Do let us know.
We're not saying it's not appropriate because we had a great time.
We had a great
Yeah,
time,
but I would just like to know your thoughts
But-
behind it.
I remember my mum like looking at one once and being like, Brea, what? Like, what is
reading?
this? Did you ever read
Yeah.
Kathy Cassidy back in the day?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I
I
saw
feel like
that.
I
You know those TikToks where it's like, I've read the classics, and it
Yeah.
like, Darcy sent me one of the Rainbow Magic books, but I also saw one for Kathy
classic.
Cassidy, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes.
Nice, very nice. I respect it. I remember she did one like it was like the Chocolate Box Girls, and it was like a whole series
I'm
about
really
this.
remembering
Yes.
these.
Yeah, it was like she went this one girl who basically had to her dad, remarried, and her stepmom had loads of daughters, and it was like each book was about each daughter.
Yes.
And
I remember those.
I
I
remember
didn't
there
read
was
them
some
all, but I definitely read a couple.
there was some dark stuff in there. Like it was like some of them were like quite obviously one of them had like anger issues, and one had like proper like eating disorder. Like that was a whole
God.
book, and it had all this stuff in the back of like support stuff. And I was just thinking, I remember reading it and being like, this
That's
doesn't feel
hardcore.
appropriate. Yeah.
You know what?
No.
Maybe these sorts of books explain why our generation is so like open and like aware of so many things.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Well, yeah, because I was
Crack the
reading.
code.
I was reading about domestic abuse and neglect when I was 9.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were fully aware. We were
knew what
9
was
years old
happening.
going, men are trash.
Yeah. Literally. Did you ever read Lola Rose? Men are trash.
I can imagine little Darcy at dinner and Adele speaks. She's like, enough, father.
Enough.
Trash.
Don't talk to me.
I've read too much Jacqueline Wilson today.
Graham, shush.
Mr. Norton, please.
Please, don't you criticise
Not today.
me.
Amazing.
Oh, amazing. I think we can wrap it up there.
I think we can. I think that's probably everything we've got time for.
Yeah.
This has been lovely,
but
ladies.
I hope you enjoyed. I had a lot of fun this week. It was very good.
Yeah.
Nice little light-hearted before we get back onto the big stuff.
Big stuff.
Who
Who would be
but
at your
if you-
celebrity dinner table? Leave us a comment.
Yeah,
Let us
please
know.
tell us. Comment on our
And
YouTube. Send us a DM.
We would all like to say that we are going to finish this episode and most definitely come up with a whole new list. So
Yeah,
don't judge us
absolutely.
on our current list.
So
Feel
if
like
we
a lot
do
of people
have,
will be.
if we do think of extra things, they'll be in the description.
Big
But
Yeah.
leave us a comment. Tell us who beat your celebrity dinner table. Follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Instagram at tbh.thepodcast. You can follow us on Twitter at tbhthepodcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel because it's very good. Do it. Do it. It's really good. It's much better.
Anything more than that is very good.
It's very good.
It is very good. We work really hard on
You
it,
can see our
please. I'm begging
faces.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So subscribe there, give us a like, give us a share, all of those things. And we'll be back next week with another episode.
Cool.
Bye,
Thanks,
Bye.
team. Bye. Thank you so much for watching this episode of TBH. If you want to follow us, all of our social media links will be in the description. Leave us a comment. Let us know what your celebrity dinner table would look like. Who would you have on it? What do you think of our choices? Roast us. Don't actually roast us. Don't be mean. If you want to subscribe, that is below. You can also hit the notification bell and be alerted every time we upload a new video. Yeah, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and we're live every Thursday on Brayford Radio at 10 p.m.